Our class just got back from our field trip to the farm. We brought back 3 different types of apples. Our class wants to know how many of each type of apple we brought back. In this video, you will learn how to organize data 2 different ways. You will first learn how to organize data in a tally table, and then using the table, you will learn how to make a bar graph. We want to then use the bar graph to answer questions about the 3 types of apples we picked. First, let's answer the question, what is data? And data is information. It can be a collection of facts, such as numbers, words, measurements, observations, or even just a description of things. In this case, we're talking about organizing the different types of apples we collected from the farm. The data we are discussing in this video is the 3 different types of apples. Now let's make our tally table. In the basket, you can see we picked 3 different types of apples: red, yellow, and green. In the table, you can see that we have a box for each type of apple. Here is where we will write the tallies for the colored apples we collected. Let's start with the red apples. I like to cross off each apple as I count. This way, I don't lose track. Each time I count a red apple, I'm going to make a tally in my table. So let's count the red apples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 tallies for our 7 red apples. Now let's graph the green apples. 1, 2, 3. 3 tallies for our 3 green apples. Last, let's graph the yellow apples. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tallies for 4 yellow apples. From this table, we can easily see that we have the most of the red apples and the least of the green apples. 7 is greater than 3 and 4. And 3 green apples is less than 7 and less than 4. Now, let's use this tally table to create a bar graph. As you can see, in the graph, there is a column for each type of apple. These are called categories. Red apples will go here, green apples will go here, and yellow apples will go right here. One box represents 1 apple. So let's graph the red apples first. We have 7 tallies here. So I'm going to take my paint can and I am going to fill in 7 boxes for my 7 red apples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now let's graph the green apples. We have 3 tallies, so we're going to fill in 3 boxes. 1, 2, 3. Last, let's graph the yellow apples. 4 yellow tallies, so we will fill in 4 yellow boxes. Now that our graph is complete and we have collected and organized all of our data, we can answer some more specific questions about it. We know that we picked the most red apples and the least green apples. But I want to know how many more red apples we collected than green apples. And I'm going to show you how to do this on our graph. When we're looking for how many more, I always draw a line where our data is the same. I can see that we have 3 green apples. And it would be equal if we had 3 red apples. I want to know how many more. So I'm going to circle all the apples to represent how many more. Now we're going to count these boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we picked 4 more red apples than green apples. Thanks for graphing with us today.